y'all, it's Jen. Welcome back. I am a total noob. I have total noob status, and I have no idea what I'm doing in this world. I recorded a live version of this video. You can see my hands moving. I'm really speaking about things that I think are really cool and important, and I think I'm so awesome. But somehow, formatting the video totally lost the audio. So I hope you guys can deal with my voiceover and possibly the body language not matching. I'm going to try my best to remember what I was talking about through this. This only lasts about 10 minutes, I promise. And I'm mortified. I know this is cringe. You don't have to write cringe in the comments. I totally understand. Anyway, welcome back. I make videos about journaling, especially junky, artsy, collage-y, Fauxbonichi journals. And right now I am working on my May journal, and that's what I'm going to show you in this video. I'm going to build it out, and I'm going to share some ideas with you. I want to make a really colorful journal for this month to match my new collection on Patreon of Alien Girl ephemera. And I ordered a little 6x8 pad from Joanne, but it didn't come in time. So I went to a store called Pop Shelf in my area, and it's owned by Dollar General. And they actually have some cute craft supplies in there. I wouldn't say all of their stuff is high quality, but they actually had 2 scrapbook paper pads there. And you can see I'm showing you that I got an Amy Tangerine scrapbook paper pad. I think it's a couple years old. I had been eyeing it on scrapbook.com, but it was like, you know, full price, like 16 bucks or something. And I got this paper pad for only $5. So I thought, okay, I'll give it a whirl, and I do like some of the papers inside of it. It's not my top choice, but they are colorful. I think they're detailed enough to get me by, and I'm going to kind of help the pages along by decorating them. So that's what I'm going to show you in today's video. I'm going to be pulling some papers together, and I'm going to be picking out the pattern paper to put in my May journal. And I love making a journal every month. I have a few friends that do the same thing. For me personally, I think it's more interesting that way. I get to have more creativity. I don't get bored with the journal, and I get really encouraged to work in it. It's only a few weeks at a time. This month, I'm going to try to get back on track with doing the daily journaling again. I love that approach to journaling. I think you can capture so many memories that way, and special things that people say to you, and just what's going on with you. What is your personality like? What is your worldview like at the time? So I really do like this type of journaling. The month of April was just so crazy for my family and I. We got the stomach bug, and now we're having allergies, and it's just weeks and weeks of being ill. So I feel myself slowly coming back to life, and I know my voice is still messed up, but right here I'm mentioning all of the beautiful colors that are being put with these papers. I think these are great base papers, and I wanted just the high vivid rainbowish color, because those are the colors I used in my new Alien collection on Patreon. So I'm really excited about this paper pad, and I'm just flipping through a few of the sheets here so you can have an idea. I love that page. It looks very spring-like to me. And watermelon one is really summery, so I'm not going to really touch that one yet. But I thought these were really cute. That's like a red orange. I really like that. That matches some of the stuff I made this month. And yeah, it's got some cut apart cards, and yeah, just some lovely papers. I pulled quite a few, but I didn't even end up using all of them. So yeah, I actually lost my planner too. I mean, it's just been such a mess. I was recording the daily happenings of our life, and I've lost my planner. So, but yesterday I I had to get another one. I had to replace it. So I'm back to recording what I've been doing, and just know that life happens. And my friend Lydia at February and June, she said, you know what, if something's going on in your life, don't worry about dating everything and having it the daily stuff and getting backed up and things. Just journal what you can, and it's better than nothing. So I took that to heart, and I just kind of made an undated, Fauxbonichi for the month of April, and I'm going to be having a flip through of that coming soon. I only have a couple spreads to finish. I got that tissue paper at Pop Shelf as well, because this scrapbook paper pad is one-sided, and I don't like having one-sided scrapbook paper. I love die cuts with a view paper pads. They're double-sided and very affordable, and I have a couple pads I'm waiting on right now that are just so colorful and vibrant. So I got that tissue paper to back the white sides of the scrapbook paper, and I'm showing you here this beautiful science vintage teachers edition book I found at my local thrift store, and I only paid 10 cents for it. But I love this beautiful title page. I think it's called a lithograph. I'm not sure. If you're familiar with the printing world, let me know what that is. But I know it's a special artful printing technique. And I'm just showing you guys how adorable all these little kids are in this book in the 70s. They have their cute keds and socks and their little tracksuit shorts and things, and I just thought that it was just such a gorgeous book. I love seeing pictures of children doing things at school, because I just feel like that was a really special moment for them, where they felt safe and nurtured and happy. And no matter what was happening at home, school is a safe haven. It should be for a lot of kids. So I love seeing their innocence frozen in time. I just wonder where they are and what they're doing, and do they remember that they're in this book? Do they remember these moments? And I just, thinking about that is so magical and surreal to me. And these pictures are adorable. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This science book was showing, human development and how kids grow. And it shows a sweet girl with her little puppy, and she looks like a baby doll, and then it kind of shows her a little more mature as she grew, and her puppy grew along with her. But anyway, I just talk about how much I love these images, and how I'm going to be using some of these pages in the journal I'm making. And I just go nuts over this book. I love it. I'm so lucky I found this. In this picture, I'm kind of pointing out how I love how this book has, representation in it of children of color, because a lot of the educational books before the 70s only had predominantly Caucasian kids in it. So I love these books, especially because it shows such diversity, and I just wonder how the kids felt when they saw people like them in these books. I just think that's very special. And of course, I love the space spread there and the shoes. It's just so cute. And I also picked up an Alice in Wonderland book, and I thought this was such an interesting version of the book, the story's illustrations, and they're nice and colorful. And there's a few pictures that have really pretty flowers in them, so I'm definitely going to be using that in my journal. So what I'm doing now, coming up, I think this is the part where I stop talking, but I'm going to be going through some papers that I have had organized for a while in these containers, and I'm going to be picking out pages that I want to put in my journal. I have some large pages in there and some small pages that I can use to make hidden journaling spots. And yeah, so this just shows me going through to see what is inspiring me at the moment, and I'm looking for lots of color and playfulness. I'm doing now is I'm folding all of my scrapbook pages in half, and then that makes it easier for me to cut it down to size because I have a really small cutting mat, and I'm trying to make a Kaale size. Kaale. I don't know how to say it. It is 5 inches across and then 8 1/4 tall. And I had a lot of footage of me like cutting down all my papers, but I think that's a little boring. And because I'm a noob and I don't know what I'm doing, I didn't press record for that. But here I'm kind of flipping through and looking at what other pages I would like to decorate with those little smaller pages that I took out. I'm using these pages to create tip-ins and hidden journaling spots. I'm so sorry about my froggy voice. It's just so mortifying. But oh my god, I love that picture so much. I think that's from a little golden book called Colors, I think. And it has like the older guys painting, like painters on the cover, I think. Yeah, I love how the colorful, I made sure to keep white spreads in there so that I can do my own like collaging and art spreads. Because I do like to make little scenes and vignettes and things out of old children's illustration and hand-painted papers and things. I thought that page was so cool, the rocket, because I'm into the space stuff right now. And I'm just using a school glue stick to glue some paper just to take away the white, because I don't like all white pages. I have to have some inspiration or like a jumping off point to start the creative journaling process to create a spread. So I like having things somewhat pre-decorated. It kind of gives me a direction. If I had like a white book, like a sketchbook, I don't know what the heck I would do. I would be so intimidated by it. I would kind of see it as like a chore maybe to create something. So I don't know how you guys feel about that. But again, I'm using my tissue paper technique, and this little pack was only $1, and you can get tissue paper from Dollar Tree. A lot of times some really cute patterns. And yeah, you just gotta, like this one's from Dollar Tree. I absolutely love this one. I've used this one a lot. And they give you a pretty good amount. You know, sometimes they give you a huge bag, you know, chock full of tissue paper with like a variety of colors, and it's only $1.25. And then they'll have a smaller version like that with the rainbows, you know, so you get a little less. It just depends on, you know, what pattern or what color you pick out. And so here I'm preparing the cover of the journal, and I always start with like a collage-y background for my spreads and my cover. I think in the last one I did some painting actually, and then I don't know if I did collage in that one or not. But this green paper I'm working with is actually from the Dollar Tree paper packs. The scrapbook paper packs, they're so nice. They're handmade papers. And I just use Crayola markers to just do some mark making over them to make them interesting. But they have a really cool texture. That pink is also from the Dollar Tree paper pack. So definitely don't be intimidated by those. Or, well, not intimidated, but don't judge them like based on what they look like from the outside, because you can peek through the sides of the packaging and see that they have some really cute colors in there. So don't pass those by. And that brown paper was just some mark making I did on packaging that comes, you know, in shipments when you order craft supplies and things. And then I'm adding that rainbow tissue paper back in. And just a piece of orange scrapbook paper. It's coming off really bright right now. And I was working like throughout the day at different like light levels coming into the window. So it looks a little dark right now. Yeah, I folded the piece of cardstock. I got that cardstock at a thrift store. The manila color. I thought I could make like faux shipping tags with it, and I have done that before. Again, that's a Crayola marker. I'm really loving these things. The only thing I don't like about this huge box of these fine tip markers is that you can't really tell what color the marker is. You have to kind of scribble first to see what color it is. So that's like the only inconvenient thing. But I was thinking of getting like a file label and making a swatch and then sticking the label on the marker. I thought that could be a cool idea, because the box is a good deal. It's $15 for all of those markers. There's just a ton of them in there. And the reason I got it was because, you know, I just wanted to make it quick and easy, you know, scribbly backgrounds if I didn't have time to like sit down and collage for a journal spread. And the zebra midliner things were just really a lot more expensive. And this box, it has a ton of colors in it. So it may have bleed through. I haven't really tested that out yet. But yeah, just to make marks on the top of stuff, or you can double your page up. You can glue your two pages together and then use the marker in your journal, and then you won't have any bleed through. So I am now just adding some of the ephemera from my May collection on my Patreon page, and that should be linked in the description. And I stamped the month on the flower. I made it so that that flower, you could use it as a label, or you can cut out a picture of a family member's face or something to put in there. And I made leaves to go behind all the flowers. So here I'm just, you know, trying different designs here and seeing what I can put on the cover. Yeah, I'm so excited. I have 2 months of ephemera done, and I think that they can be mixed and matched and used together. I'm really excited about that. I don't really want to change my color palette too much. I would love to just keep the bright and vibrant rainbowy colors so that, you know, anybody can use it year round, and, you know, you can mix and match different compositions and things. I'd like to note that on thin pieces of paper, I used just a school glue stick, but for thicker cardstock, I used the Fabri-Tac, just to keep everything down and adhered. I usually don't decorate the back of my journals, but I decided just it needed something. So just adding more scraps and more of the ephemera that I've made. Little alien girl drinking tea out of a strawberry mug. It's so cute. And these are also from my Patreon, these little cutout numbers and letters. And now I'm just lining the inside with another packaging paper that I painted blue and then put yellow stars on it. And it wasn't sticking the best, so I reinforced it with Fabri-Tac around the edges and the corners. What I'm going to be doing is gluing with Fabri-Tac a little scrap of fabric to go over the spine, just to add a little bit more durability, but to also keep all of my collage paper edges contained, because if I didn't add that, they would be peeling up, if that makes sense. And my last step here is to add Mod Podge on the cover. Just because I put so many items on the cover, I wanted everything to stay down and smooth. I didn't want any of the edges to peel up. In my last journal in April, I used like a glitter paint, which was really like a glitter glue, and it sealed everything in. And so this is cool. So I found these fabric. Oh yeah, I'm showing you. I cut all the edges of my journal with my what do you call it? Oh my god, where you chop people's heads off, guillotine or something. Anyway, chopped the journal. But this little not carpet, but fabric sample I found at the thrift store. I was like, what? This is cool. I mean, it's not like vintage or anything, but I thought the colors were very pretty and it's textural. So I got those and I figured I could use them as tabs. So I'm actually going to try that in this journal by trying to make it into like a rainbow pattern, but I made the tabs way too big and spread out, so you can't really see like a true rainbow. But I use Fabri-Tac to glue those down because I just think that'll be a very strong hold for the tabs because they're kind of thick. It's like upholstery fabric or curtains, you know. I think it's upholstery because it has that texture. Yeah, but don't yeah, I mean, visit your thrift store. You never know what they're gonna have. I mean, the oddest stuff, you know. And these it seems like they did kind of bulk up the journal already, but I'm just gonna roll with it and see what happens. And I feel like I added a lot of pages, like too many. And right now I'm doing like a little flip through for you here just to show you what it looks like. But yeah, in last month's journal, I've just used up half of it and I still have like the other half. So I don't know what's happening. I love adding pages. I just find so many pages interesting. So I just add. So, but I hope to solve that issue. Maybe I can write more and use up the pages. But it looks like I have a lot of visual stuff going on though. So I don't know. You guys help me. I need help, okay? Gosh, I have a problem. I have a problem with imagery, visual imagery. It's my favorite. I just devour it like food. It's like breathing, you know? And I'm just showing you all the different things you can do with the ephemera, like how it's matching the pages that I picked out. And I mean, you can't go wrong. I mean, I've used like really bright and colorful colors. So really, if you make your journals, you know, colorful like I did, you shouldn't have a problem matching anything up. If you use, you know, I use sort of like a vintage rainbow. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think, if it's like vintage rainbow. Yeah, so this is basically it. This is a little flip through. I would love to hear your feedback and see what you think about everything. And I'm excited. I made these little tuck spots out of the like the leftovers from cutting the scrapbook paper down. So I may now, you know, tuck more things in as opposed to tipping everything in, you know. So hopefully that'll be helpful. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for you all watching my videos and supporting me by liking and commenting. It just means the world to me, and I'm just so happy that you decide to, you know, spend your precious time, you know, with me over here. And if you're new, please, I welcome you to subscribe and like the video so that you can see more of my creations. I hope to have more Dollar Tree videos coming up because I have some cool ideas. So remember, guys, if anyone hasn't told you yet today, you are loved, and by golly, you are creative. You just got to do it. Go for it. You can do this. Bye, guys. Until next time.